Number 247 in the Masters of Cinema collection is The Spy Who Came In From the Cold, directed by Martin Ritt. This was released in 1965 and stars Richard Burton as our main character of Alec, a person who kind of handles spies in West Germany as they try and sneak information across the border, and he's seeing a lot of his operatives killed. And it's getting to him. At the start of the movie, we see kind of the latest one who is killed, almost getting to freedom. And Alec is told to report back to control in the UK. And there he is given the option of coming in from the cold, so to speak, to retire almost from that job he's been doing. You can tell he's getting a little bit of burnout within his career, and he refuses to come in. He wants to go back for another mission, and Control reluctantly agrees to let him go in for one. And they've got one in mind. And from that premise, you're thrown into this wonderful movie about spies, double-crossing. You don't know who's telling the truth or what. It is wonderfully set up, executed, acted and shot. As we follow Alec once he leaves Control at the start of the movie, he seems to be on a downward spiral, drinking a hell of a lot, doesn't really seem to have much of a life, and is just kind of bobbling around the world, it seems. Then he bumps into Nan, which is this woman who he kind of starts having a relationship with, when all of a sudden he's approached by a man who wants to buy some information from him. And suddenly we're thrown into the real plot of the story, which I will not go into because there is double agents, triple agents, quadruple crosses, all these crazy things going on, that to connect the dots is really fun watching it in real time. And one of the things I just loved about the movie was Richard Burton. He epitomises this man who is incredibly smart, but seems to be almost raging against the machine at certain times. He seems to be a man on the edge, a definite loner, and as we see him talking to a certain gentleman later on, we get a lot of backstory that could be false, could be true, about how he became to work for the government. There is incredible performances from the other actors as well in this one, but Richard Burton stands head and shoulders above them all. We're introduced to multiple characters who may only be there for a scene, who could pop in for a couple of scenes, and they just knock it cold wherever they are. There's even a courtroom sequence in this that becomes even more thrilling later on. It's one of those movies which kept me on the edge of the seat and kept me guessing as to where it was headed. It feels devastatingly bleak at the heart of this. It keeps these characters raw and truthful is what it feels like. It feels like a world where you cannot take anything at face value. Everything seems to be duplicitous and just there to tear these people down, and it's wonderful to see the performers move through this world that is, like I said, really dark, bleak and foreboding. The way Alec handles himself in the middle of this Cold War, while trying to deal with not getting the whole truth from his side, right, trying to figure out the lies in the opposing side, trying to finally balance his life. And it's epitomised by that shot in the cover of the movie, where he's just kind of sitting in a cell, dishevelled, hunched over, resigned to what is going to happen. This world beats and batters Alec as much as he tries to rally against it, and it's wonderful to see the kind of psychological aspects being played out by a wonderful actor. I really enjoyed The Spy Who Came In From the Cold. It was one of those movies that kept me guessing, that kept me razor sharp focused watching it, waiting to see what was going to happen next, watching for any little bit of information that may allude to what was really going on in the story. And even though I know the story and what's going to happen, on rewatches I feel I'm still going to enjoy the characters. I'm going to notice things that I didn't notice the first time around, little bits that foreshadow what exactly is going on within this story. I really enjoyed this one from Eureka. I thought the black and white photography was astounding and just mesmerising from the opening shot. The characters that come into this And I know I focused on Burton here, but the other characters are just as good. Burton just kind of edges it because of more screen time, but they're all doing fantastic work, and it's just a terrific story, well told, well acted, well directed, and highly recommended. I'd love to know your thoughts on The Spy Who Came In From the Cold. Let me know in the comment box below, and I will see you next time on Man v Film.